So it's finished Arsenal 2, Olympiacos nil in the Champions League. Goals going from Gabriel Martinelli and Bukayo Saka. Arsenal get their second win in the Champions League. 2 wins in two clean sheets, both 2-0 wins, 4 goals so far. It's a very good start to the Champions League phase for Arsenal so far this season. As we know, we got a very tough one against Atletico Madrid after this now for our third game, but more on that when it does come around. For this game though, a 2-0 win, as I said, a clean sheet. And I think overall in parts we played some really good football tonight. Especially the start of the game. I think we started off the game really well. I think of course Arteta rotated the team around a little bit. We saw players like Ben White get at the start of a Jurriën Timber. We saw like Ricardo Calaflori dropped and Lewis Skelly start. We saw the likes of Martinelli and Trossard both start. Martinelli was on the right and Trossard was on the left. And then also we saw, I looked at the bench and, you had players like Saka, Ethan, Eze, Max Darwin, of course, Declan Rice, Timber. The bench was absolutely stacked for this game, wasn't it? But we started the game off really well on the front foot, playing some good football. And then we got the first goal from Gabriel Martinelli and Ødegaard. We'll talk about it in a minute. Ødegaard for me. Where's this Ødegaard been? Where have you been, man, my friend? It's his new haircut, guys. I'm telling you, Ødegaard, what a performance from Ødegaard. Man of the match. This is exactly the Ødegaard we need to be seeing on a regular, consistent basis now. I thought he was absolutely superb. Man of the match. And some of the passing that guy did tonight, and I think he actually showed glimpses of it in the Newcastle game as well. If you guys remember when he came off the bench for 5 minutes or so, some of the passes that and some of sort of the chances he was creating, and some of the space that he had as well. He looked so much better, especially tonight as well. Seeing him, he came back from injury, so he has to play these types of games to get his fitness back. But I also think this Ødegaard now, I know when Arteta brought on Eze, subbed him in on the left wing, right? But Eze obviously played number 10, 3 games now. Newcastle, Man City, and Port Vale as well. I think Ødegaard realizes now that you got some proper competition there. You have to step up now, and if he performs like that, we got we got the Ødegaard when we first bought him. That sort of Ødegaard that we've been missing for ages now. So I thought he was absolutely superb. He puts a fantastic pass into Gyökeres, and this is what I loved about it as well tonight is, especially in the first half. Second half, we didn't really see Gyökeres too much, but the first half, he had 3-4 opportunities because that's how you actually play to the guy's strengths. You look at that first goal, Ødegaard picks up the ball, fantastic pass, great run from Gyökeres, in behind the defender. Literally, he's a beast. When he gets in those positions, he's a beast. Brushes off the defender, sits that Olympiacos defender on the floor, gets his shot off, goes through the keeper's legs. He's very unlucky. He hits a post. And thankfully, Gabriel Martinelli's right place, right time, taps it in for, a simple goal in the end. But, even though I think Gyökeres will be gutted that he didn't score tonight, but you kept scoring, especially in that first half, getting into these positions, and really, this is how you play to the guy's strengths, is him making that runs in behind. And you saw it 2-3 occasions where Ødegaard would sort of link up with him really well and pick him out and, play some really, really good balls into him. And yeah, it's just a shame that Gyökeres didn't sort of get the goal. But we got the first goal, early as well when we was playing some decent football. And then we saw actually Olympiacos, I'll give them a bit of credit in this game because it wasn't straight out. For me, it wasn't easy. I think we had to dig in deep to get this second goal because and I think there's some nerves at times as well. And we're talking about a few moments. Obviously, in the first half, they had a very good chance from Podence, where Raya made a phenomenal save. Really that should have been really 1-1. But yeah, he made a great save, and Podence, had a big chance there. There's a few warning signs there, and I think Arteta, 56th minute, he sort of went a bit defensive when he decided to bring on Declan Rice and Timber, instead of players like Wanyeri, and we'll talk a bit like of that later. But to be fair, I think as the game was going on, it was getting more nerve wracking. It was like, is 1-0 going to be enough? We had to kill the game off, and then that's why he brought on Eze and Saka, and obviously you saw them both sort of rotate, didn't you? Saka on the left where he found himself getting himself the goal, and Eze went on the right. And could we hopefully see this a bit more often? Because Saka on the left hand side, got a goal tonight, really good finish as well from him, and he looked really good. And again, that came from Ødegaard. A little 1-2, great ball, great link up between him and Saka, and decent finish from Saka. But could we see that a bit more often where we see Saka on the left hand side? Let's not forget when he first burst onto the scene, he played left back, left wing, then he went right wing. So something to maybe think about. If it's not really working on the right, switch him over to see some of the winners switch over maybe. So we could see as the season goes along. But yeah, as I said, Odegaard, phenomenal performance, man of the match. By far, this is the Odegaard that we all know, definitely know and love. But yeah, as I said, it was quite nervy at 1-0. And the second goal was really important to kill the game off because they had, again, very, very tight, but they, I think it's El Kabi, their striker. He, offside goal. The goal was offside. He actually had the header on, and I think someone tapped it in for them. Whereas Lewis Skelly and him was actually, it's quite tight when you look back on it, wasn't it? So that could, and that there was like, I think 70th minute, 20 minutes to go, they get the equaliser, and he kind of felt he was really going for Olympiacos. And yeah, they gave us a fairly decent game, to be fair. Like, I think a lot of people came into it thinking it's going to be a breeze, sort of like a 3-4-0 goals for fun. But Olympiacos at times, had a few good chances. So credit where credit's due to them. And we had to, as I said, really dig in deep to get this to kill the game off, really. And thanks to Saka winning the game 2-0 for Arsenal. So yeah, I think overall 2 Champions League games, that they haven't been the prettiest, have they? But it's 2 wins at the end of the day. It's 2 wins at the end of the day, and it's 2 clean sheets at the end of the day as well. We're gonna have definitely more bigger tests, with all due respect to Bilbao and Olympiacos. We got Atletico Madrid next, and that will be this will be a huge, really, to find out sort of this Arsenal team and what this Arsenal team is really about this season, because we'll talk more about the game when it comes to it as well. But they're on a roll this season. I think they had a slow start with Simeone, but he's got them firing. 5 goals against Real Madrid in the Madrid derby, 5 goals against Frankfurt. I think they scored 4 against Vallecano. They are playing some really good football, and he's really picked it out recently. So, and they gave a good game to Liverpool as well. I think they got a bit unlucky to sort of lose that one. That'll be no easy game whatsoever. We've got Bayern Munich in there, we've got Inter in there, Club Brugge away, and obviously Karat as well, last game of and Slavia Prague as well in there. So there's still some tough games in there, but I'm quite confident that we're winning these types of games 2-0. I don't mind it. There's 6 points on the board. I'm actually quite confident that we can actually go and get top 8 this sort of season as well. Once again, like we did last season. So there's still some big tests coming up as well in Champions League. But overall, I think there's some really good performances in there. As I said, Ødegaard for me, man of the match. I was impressed with Marzo Skelly. I thought he had a really good game. I thought Saliba was rock solid. Obviously, Gabriel came off injured as well, but I don't know how bad. How serious. It's not that serious. I hope, fingers crossed, it's not. I think he had a little collision with David Raya. David Raya, I thought, made some brilliant saves in there tonight. Timber, when he came on, looked really good as always. Ben White, I still don't think Ben White's up to it, man. Still think struggling from his injury setback as well. Still going to take a bit of time for him to get going. I said Gabriel Saliba, I thought they had solid games. Lewis Skelly, I thought, played really well. Midfield tonight, I thought Zubi had a all right game, not spectacular. I thought Rice did decent when he came on. Marino had his moments. I still don't think he's good for me in midfield. I still prefer him up front personally, off the bench. Martinelli, I thought, obviously got himself the goal, had a few good moments as well. Again, is he more suited to the right? I don't think he is whatsoever. I don't really like him on the right wing. Trossard had some big chances. He's getting some good positions, Trossard, but he missed some big chances today, man. He should have had at least a brace. As I said, with Gyökeres as well, he had some big chances, but second half he sort of drifted, didn't he, a lot. And the subs, I think Eze came on, did his thing, made a great pass, and he switched it over to Saka, and then we almost scored from it when Ødegaard missed a big chance as well. Obviously, Saka coming on, great team scorer as well. And yeah, overall, guys, 2-0 win. Can't complain with that. Can't complain with that. yeah, phenomenal. Well, not phenomenal, but yeah, you can't really complain. Job done. We move people. Let me know your guys' thoughts about the performance down below. Smash like I haven't already, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you guys soon. Come on.